how to switch course. Hi, I'm Brian Pombo. Welcome back to Brian J. Pombo Live. One of the things that I've learned how to do through the years is how to be flexible and how to switch course without feeling defeated. And that's a really important thing to learn how to do, especially if you're a business owner, if you're an executive, you're someone who's in charge of getting things done and moving things and kind of charting course on where you go next. I'll give you an example. In previous videos, we've discussed my experimentations with caffeine. So I've grew up very young age drinking coffee, and through the years became more and more of a daily coffee drinker. And that lasted all the way until, this have been earlier this was earlier last year in 2020, when out of nowhere it just kind of caught me that have never gone a long period of time without having coffee. And so I went through this whole experiment where I stopped drinking coffee altogether for a while. And besides the handful of days that you got to deal with all the withdrawals, all the headaches and everything else, and then getting back, kind of getting your energy balanced again. Once that was over, I felt a lot more mellow in general and very calm, and I really liked it. And so what I do is I started bringing coffee back on for like one day a week. And like that one day having that be like the power day to get the last bit of done for the week and so forth. And it worked out really well. I wasn't, I'm not completely against caffeine. I'm not completely against coffee at all. Well, what ended up happening is I have a business that I work with that produced a healthy type of coffee, and it was meant to be a weight loss thing. And one of the things that I noticed is as soon as I got off coffee is I gained about 10 pounds. Just a change in metabolism, just a slight change. I didn't change anything else about my lifestyle, just stopped drinking coffee and I gained weight. So I said, well, I wonder if I can lose some weight by drinking some healthy coffee. So I went back and started drinking coffee on a daily basis again. And I handle it better than I used to. I think it's probably the type of coffee that I'm drinking, kind of a more healthier style coffee that promotes weight loss and everything else. And I've been happy with it. Well, I may go back one day to just drinking a cup a week type of thing and seeing where that goes. But right now I'm back on the coffee wagon, I guess you could say, or off the wagon. I don't know which one it is. I say all that to just kind of wrap up that storyline for those of you who have been around a while, and to discuss that you have to allow yourself the flexibility to move, to go where you need to go and try things out and not necessarily commit to any one thing. And this brings me to another story along the same lines and with the same thing of coffee. One of the things that I've done through the years is I've collected coffee cups. Not that I have this intense collection, but it's one of those things that nowadays you can find a coffee cup about just about anything. And when I traveled a lot, especially on business, I'd like to get a coffee cup that kind of represented that trip. So I went on a trip that took me through the area of Nevada where you got Area 51 and everything, and there was a gift shop off to the side that had Area 51 mugs, and so I grabbed one of those and that type of thing. When I'm in Disneyland, I like grabbing a mug, and this was one that I saw there that was just this giant Mickey head. It's the old classic Mickey Mouse head, and I said, that's a cool looking mug. I really like the idea of that mug, and I like having good size mugs because I like having a big cup of coffee in the morning. So I got this and I brought it home, and I was so excited to try it out. And tried it out the first time, and I'm like, something's off. It's difficult to drink out of. And I couldn't quite figure it out. I'm like, well, what's the deal here? And I said, it's probably just me. And so I tried it a couple more times. I'm like, what is going on here? And my wife tried it and everything else. The problem is this is a different style mug. It's rounded on the sides. I don't know if you could tell from here. It's rounded like Mickey's head, but it has the general opening. But the problem is that the inside of the mug goes all the way around, so the lip kind of curves here. So when you're drinking it, it doesn't flow like a regular mug. It's difficult to kind of wrap your lips around to be able to keep the liquid going the right direction. When you're dealing with something hot, that makes it really difficult, that being that it's just an awkward thing to drink from. And I did my best to try and learn how to drink from this stupid thing, and it still did not work. In fact, we had kind of had it put to the side and hadn't drank from it for a long time. I'm like, I really would like another good sized mug, and we were low. They needed to be washed, and so I grabbed this one out, tried it again. I'm saying, it doesn't work. I like the idea behind it. I bought it with the intention of using it on a regular basis, but what it has now become is something that I'm going to put on the shelf to look at. I love to keep it. I wanted it for the utilitarian reason of drinking coffee from it. But hey, if I just have it as something to look at, as a cool little memento, that's fine too. You got to be flexible. This represents flexibility. Things don't always work out the way you want them to. And so Mickey's going to be with us, and you'll probably see him in the background once in a while, and you'll know that's why I keep him. He's a reminder that you got to be willing to move with the punches. Things are never going to work out exactly the way you want them to, but hopefully they end up working out even better than that. This was just a light idea tonight. We go through sometimes more heavier ideas, sometimes more detailed ideas. We deal with strategies, tactics, and principles to help you with your business. Come on back again and we'll talk again. We do this every night. And in between now and then, if you want some more, go check out my book, 9 Ways to Amazon Proof Your Business. It's short. You can get a free copy over at amazonproofbook.com. We'll be back tomorrow. In the meantime, get out there and let the magic happen.